old stairs as its people exhale its polluted air. Cairo never sleeps. And Al-Hajj Abu Ismail is dozing off on a wooden chair next to his small kiosk. 2 pounds for the chocolate bar, 5 for the Pepsi. Cleopatra sells the most because it's cheaper than Marlboro. And no one cares as much for lungs polluted by smoke if it's already being polluted breathing in the city's air. They say a day out in Cairo is equivalent to smoking a pack, so I smoke a pack and breathe it all in. We all live once, don't we? I pass by his kiosk on my way to the taxi that will take me to the airport. Today, I will leave the city behind and go back to tailored lawns and working streetlights. It'll be an adjustment learning to drive in lanes again. My heart aches to leave. Every part of my being yearns to grow roots into this old and tired city and doze off to the call of prayer being chanted from dozens of different mosques, bouncing off buildings and little shops like hundreds of silenced begs for forgiveness. Come to prayer, return to God. My body already aches for Cairo. City lights bounce off tired faces and broken backs, gentle and forgiving in the face of this unforgiving city. The taxi driver offers me some of his sandwich. It's a long way to the airport, and I want you to remember the kindness of Egyptians before you leave. My eyes well up as they reflect the lights of the tall buildings, large billboards advertising products no one can afford. I have seen nothing but their kindness. I have been pulled into random street weddings where hips sway to rhythms that help one forget. Forget the crippling debt, forget the unemployment, forget the mouths they needed to feed, forget that they're forgotten, forget the love that has forgotten you. The lights shimmered around us, hung from old balconies and unmarked alleyways. Crooked smiles of people I've never seen before clapping to the beat. I felt safe, so we danced. Strangers united by fleeting happiness in the midst of pain. We danced in a city that never forgave or forgot, and we loved it nonetheless as we swayed under a starless night. I've exchanged stories with faces hidden under wrinkles, too old for me to tell if they came with the city, old artifacts that bear proof to its existence. We shared tears, strangers in buses, taxis, boat rides along the Nile, stalled subway carts, wiping away sweat, looking at our watches, exchanging jokes of a lost revolution. I stood in your square too, Cairo. I stood in your square and I saw your tired soul still loving you, still forgiving you, even though you have shown no forgiveness. I saw them paint your streets and plant flowers that will die by the day's end on your street corners. Talking about better days with bodies that ache too much for lives that have lived so little. I have sat with your old grumpy men in cafes who always I've sat at your old cafes with grumpy men who always ended up paying for everyone's drinks, hiding the few bills they had left, thanking Allah they still have 5 pounds left to take their tired bodies and heavy hearts home. Your women are so beautiful, Cairo. Their dirty faces have so much light as they smile and call me Arusa, bride. They are Arusas, queens in flowered dresses and kind brown eyes, offering me to sit with them to rest my touristic feet. Sit with us. Tell us your story. Where you come from, are the streets really paved with gold? They held gold between their breasts, and I have nothing to show for but a touchscreen phone and fast typing hands and a lonely soul. I have known your kindness, Cairo, loved your broken spirit. Little jasmine flowers hung around your rearview mirrors, sold by your lost children on your crowded streets. Empires have rested at your feet, Cairo, yet you dance like an empress, alone. The taxi driver complains about his wife and her endless demands, and his son's new love interest at school. He complains about his piling bills, and curses the government, parliament, constitution, or lack thereof, police, or lack thereof. We finally reached the airport. Its windows looked unforgiving, cold, bleak, heartless in the face of Cairo's warmth. He pulls out my bag and repeats the words he tells everyone who enters his taxi heading to the airport. You'll be back. If you drank from the Nile, you'll return to it. I smile at him, give him an extra 100 pounds. He refuses it. I insist. He refuses. I insist. He shrugs and accepts. We dance one last dance with words. May you arrive safely. May you be of the best of health. May your family be blessed with your company. May you come back, Arusa. Allah be with you, my child. I think his kind green eyes swimming in the sea of thick eyelashes, and I think he once was a beautiful man. Never thought a people could resemble their broken city so much. I turn to face the cruelness and loneliness of the airport as he turns on the engine and drives away. I catch a line of an old song playing on the radio. I fear that your exile will become beautiful to you and your distance will change your condition. Let me always be on your mind, you who travels alone. I board my plane, my exile waits. Thank you.